you own your lot, and somebody comes in and takes your lot away from you, your land away from you, what would you do? And starved you out of it and sold it, says, you're under my thumb, you're gonna do as I say.
Okay.
You are cooking me, right?
So they're
No.
they're bitter towards
Yep.
the white people?
Yep.
Okay, so do you personally feel affected by the way society treated your ancestors?
Sure, it's my people.
So why do you feel that way?
Because it's my people. And my race, just like the English stick up for the English, the French stick up for the French, the Indians stick up for their nationality.
Okay, so do you feel a change in the way society treats Aboriginals?
Do I what?
Do you feel there's a change in the way society treats Aboriginals?
No. It's getting worse.
Worse?
Worse.
How do you feel it's getting worse?
Well, they're not only did they steal everything we got, they want to steal more. All our resources won't let us mine and do our own thing with our own
Money.
resources here. They want to own us again and tell us what we can do and how we're going to do it and how we're going to sell it. It's our resources. We should be able to do what we want with it and make a living in this country just like everybody else does, instead of trying to put us under their thumb all the time.
All right. Now, do you feel that we have the right to govern ourselves?
Sure. We governed ourselves before the white man come here and did a better job than the white man ever do.
So there were over 50 nations before the white people, like the Europeans, came.
There was more than 50 nations.
You said over 50.
The population was in here more than the population now. It was populated with Indians. The white man killed us all off with their diseases in there.
So have you tried to reconnect with your culture, such as like languages, traditional rituals?
No, but I've been thinking of it.
Yeah. So if the government gave you the chance to reconnect with your culture, such as making like schools to teach your native tongue and to teach you about your traditional rituals, what you believed in before, would that kind of bring a peace offering? Because I mean, the government, they didn't really.
The government don't have to give us nothing.
But then why did we fight them?
Because the government's got us in jail. They won't let us move. They won't let us. They say they own us. We're too stupid to be able to run our own country. We run it very. They're better than any white man would run efficiently anyway. We run it better than the government ever could run it. Look at what they're doing now. They're stealing money out of every pocket that's got a few bucks in it.
Okay, so did great-grandma and great-grandpa ever push Aboriginal cultures into your life?
No. My dad ran away from it. Didn't want us to go to the residential school, so he took us out to it.
So, can you recall the time where you were discriminated against? Did that ever happen? Or
Oh, yeah.
Grandpa
When I went through school, went through all that crap. Had to fight my way through school.
Did Grandpa go to residential schools like great-grandpa?
Yes, I think he was in the residential. That's why he pulled us out of the residential.
Did he suffer the same things that other kids did? Like, I mean, I know when the boys got there that they would start by taking all of their belongings and then they'd put it in a big heap and set it on fire, and then they'd take away their hair. They'd cut their ponytails off, their braids off.
What, in the residential school?
Yeah.
They took all their language, they didn't have to speak their language. They couldn't carry on their ceremonies. Wouldn't let them play the dress. They cut their hair and tried to make them white into their society so they could steal everything, assimilate us into their culture so they could steal everything we got.
So they believe that residential schools were needed so they could be a proper part of society. So they needed to be like the white man.
We were more proper than them, the white men ever will be. We lived very happily. This land was the land of plenty, paradise.
So do you believe?
Before they come here.
Do you believe that the residential schools have anthropologically ruined and psychologically ruined?
They psycholized,
people?
yeah, they psycholized the women. That's ruined the Indians. The culture, they ruined our way of life. They said we were savages, but they're the ones that are savages, not us.
Right. So why do you think past Canadian society feared people of Aboriginal culture into residential?
Why is that?
Forced people of Aboriginal culture into residential schools. So why did they force Aboriginal people to go to residential schools?
They wanted us to be like them, so they could steal all our resources, our land, all your crown land in this country is all Indian land. It's entrusted to the government, but it's our land, and they want it. That's why they try to get us to come to their side of thinking to live on their way of living, so they can steal everything we got.
Okay, so
Legally, instead of have to go to the courts and fight it all the time.
so today, on the reserves, like what's it like on there? Because Uncle Clifford lives there, like Cousin Demon lives there. How do they make their living on the reserve today? Like what's the society like there?
They work off reserves, or they hunt. And a lot of them are still hunting and fishing and living their natural way.
And Demon owns the cigarette companies, right?
Yeah.
So is that the best trade you usually get into on
Well,
the
that's
reserves?
the only one we can get into that makes money. The government's trying to take that away from us.
Well, do you have any other opinions on this topic?
No,
Okay.
nothing for you anyway.
All right, thanks, Papa.